distinct squads we've seen fight their way through Vondel Resurgence, but so far, it has been House Drakes who have been stepping away with the lead and continuing it. Granted, we still got 3 weeks of action to get through. This is not the end of anything, but it is just a sign of what could potentially come. But the most important factor right now, Reflections, Game 7 on our screens, the last push for a lot of squads. Is somebody going to dethrone Biffle? This squad has barely shown up in the last 2 games, yet they're still in first place. I don't know how they're doing it.
Well, it's kind of like Aydan's crew. Like, you know, Aydan and them consistently stay within top 10 and then sneakily make their way up to top 5, kind of like they did last week, which they're looking to do that again this week. But you know, it's the same thing with like World Series Warzone and Warzone competitive in general. Like, some teams are just great for playing for in-game. Some teams are great at slaying out, and the bulk of their points come from the kills that they're able to get. And then some teams, you know, the bulk of their points are from their placings. And then you have teams like Biffle or Hisoka today, who have a little bit of both, right? They can do both consistently and therefore lead the pack tremendously.
Yeah, and again, the late game pushes that matter most right now, placements are everything. You don't need to worry about, oh, I didn't get 25 eliminations this game. That's okay. Just make it to the final couple of zones, earn the multiplier, and work through the numbers that way. For a lot of our top squads, expect them to slow down their gameplay and play for positioning early on. Watch for them to rotate into the middle of the zone and play for the high ground. They're going to want to secure their late spots.
It's been a fun trio to watch. We've been having a blast watching Gorgo and Rational Scum, and Gorgo's been one of the guys we've kind of been honing in on whenever it comes to this trio specifically. Their late game's been wonderful. Their end game has honestly been great and just as exciting. Oh, we switched off as soon as they get into a fight. But of course, we've got to watch TBE fighting over at the paintball arena, the paintball stadium. Last time we were here, Space, it was a bloodbath.
Maybe that'll be the same kind of success that Noobs had prior. Was able to find a couple eliminations last game before getting traded, and eventually the squad succumbs to that opening pressure. But he will be running the sniper, really the only one in the moment. I feel like for the squad that's been electing to pull out the snipe. You get 1 per team. Signal 50 is out for today. And so on and so on. Scumming on your screen. Doesn't have the loadout he technically wants, but this team's going to be looking to get fully kitted.
At the mini-bot, I swear I cannot, for the life of me, use a mini-bot. But for him, oh, you know, it just doesn't work in my hands, and in that case, it doesn't work for Scummin either. But granted, I can't win 1v1s out in the open, and he was in a 1v2 there with the mini-box. So maybe it would have been different if he wasn't trying to go up the grapple line in a 1v2. And this trio just getting absolutely bodied, unfortunately. But, hey, fortunately for them, they do have a player still alive, so they should be back. Now, hone in on Smixy and attract flanked. He's going for a self-revive. He might be able to get it, but Chad, he does get it. This trio needs a good game. Like, it's imperative at this point with only 2 games remaining. Yeah,
they had a much better game in Game 6 compared to Game 5 where they were top 18. However, you want top 10. Like, just alone placements, all kinds of multipliers. You want to at least get top 10. Top 8 would be ideal. Loadout incoming. You can certainly use it as a POI to kind of bring attention towards it. Potentially find a team or 2. And we will scout. Again, snipers are not a huge factor today, so you get more opportunities to fly through the air. DJ Moss on your screen with FIFA Kill and Ebates working together. FIFA.
There's usually blue crates up here.
Excuse me. Lula. Sometimes dyslexia kicks in. Here we go.
Big Lula. Powerful player. Powerful player. Not saying big in personality and talent. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
And they got the game.
She's got a lot of gun skill. Big at the game.
Last week.
Great elimination from Adrian. That's going to be 1 at least down. By the way, Lula and them, they are going to be by that paintball stadium, which is where TBE is at, one of our leading trios. So that's not going to be an easy fight. Hopefully they'll keep their head on a swivel. Rated inside the building up ahead. So somebody's got to be on this rooftop. Adrian knows this, but somebody's also going to be behind, and that's why Adrian was picked up by Aydan and rated, because even when taken off guard, he still somehow wins engagements and wins fights. And he does it in a dominant way where he really doesn't even lose plates. He's such a talented player, and I'm so pumped up to watch him in the Global Finals.
The instincts are huge, and you're going to need that for an aggressive squad like this. The tip of the spear in Aydan and rated, how quickly they can open up an engagement and really cause chaos. Gonna be difficult. Play it up for the moment. A little drop around you to the left. Still working through the high ground here for this trio. A late surge into this tournament. The most important part for now.
Down low we go once again.
They're all fighting over here, bro.
And nobody's going to be home for the time being, but maybe a strategy space. They stake around this buy station.
Yeah.
And honestly, staying on this perspective wouldn't be bad because we know their initials and their mid game is pretty strong. It's their end game. They're just not getting the placement multiplier. That's kind of hurting them in the end. So right now, I would really like to see what, you know, how are they successful? Where do they find success? I mean, Adrian's already on 6 eliminations, so clearly this is how they're doing so well and consistently in top 10.
Ooh, great shots. Tried to mantle, gets punished for it.
Yeah.
We'll use the self-revive. And now we'll wait. And you hear it there, like, look, in this instance, I think they did this a game ago as well, where it's like, look, we just got to burn it.
Last game.
And, you know, just try to keep our numbers up. I don't hate the call at all. But if they can rally this and convert it into a late game finish, it would pay off.
Adrian's relentless, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely relentless. Takes damage. He's back to fight very, very quickly. Clearly, I mean, you can tell ranked 5, right, when it comes to Warzone ranked. I mean, he has to be grinding. I think Rated just got first place in Warzone ranked last night. I think he tweeted that out, if I'm not mistaken, which is just absolutely beyond me. I think 40,000 SR, 30,000 SR. So these guys are some grinders for sure. Adrian down again. And then we got Aydan and Rated, who I don't believe are going to be around. So yeah, Adrian is just going to take himself out and go for the respawn and join his teammates shortly if he potentially can. But eyes on Rated now. We haven't been able to see his perspective a lot, so this is going to be a treat.
And they will get their teammate back. So again, it kind of works out. Invest, back to full strength, and take the fight once more. You're not relinquishing the high ground. Can't blame them. More squads continue to fall. 39 up for the moment. And back to 40 as more players will funnel through. This is an interesting spot to be in. Again, we've kind of hit our mid-game now, where for this trio specifically, a team that has struggled to get towards this point, let alone put up multiple eliminations and rally that into what could be a conquering of the final couple of zones. For this moment, they have very much been holding the high ground and taking this one-on-one fight from the opposite side.
I don't see him. I don't see him. I don't see him.
It'll be one player to the right flying in. They've been in this standoff, this battle with whoever that is. He gets to drop, so it's Zlaner. Finally, we know who they're fighting against. Zlaner not going to be an easy takedown. That's Destroy & Co. We know how aggressive they can get. So at any point in time, Zlaner, when he's dropped, if he gets finished or Destroy gets finished, you better believe if they're coming down and you're not watching the skies, they're going to land on you. They're going to take you down from behind and then eventually take out the rest of your trio if they can. So these are two wonderful trios fighting on the rooftops, and I'm sure there's going to be at least a third party eventually.
I mean, I'm also surprised that nobody's run up on them from the back. Like, nobody's kind of crept through and taken out this trio, and they be very, very successful at wiping away the dreams in this Game 7 for Aydan, Adrian, and Rated. But the backs are clear. I think they're still fighting the Zlaner squad from the other side.
Yeah.
You can hear the drop. They're like, all right, we got 2 that dropped. They're trying to work through the middle of the streets. And if that's the case, do we relinquish this here? I don't think you need to concede this spot. As long as you're comfortable and you're getting elimination here and there. Play for placement.
I think you run more of a risk if you do concede the spot. You leave it. I mean, because like they know what's in front of them. Even though they're not getting eliminations, they're still very aware of where everybody's at. And honestly, now with the zone as it collapses down, because they were pretty central, the zone's going to be just to the right of them, which means everybody who's going to be behind them has to rotate in. I'm talking TBE. I'm talking, I believe, Smixy's squad that we just saw a little bit earlier. So like, or maybe even Sean J. So like, these squads are going to be rotating into them. This is a great position. I would be happy if I'm Adrian and Co.
They are letting shots ring out towards the opposite side, so the zone will be a factor. You can, again, stay up here if you're Adrian and try to catch players rotating in, like we've seen before. Rated thinking the same thing. Under 30 seconds until that zone becomes a factor. So now the investment they've made on the rooftop is going to begin to pay off. Whether or not they clean up the kill is an entirely different situation. But this is what they were setting up for. Clear out the front, worry about the back. When the rotation starts, pick them apart. Now we wait.
Ooh. Here we go. Hisoka, Skullface, Z-Smith, the winners in back-to-back games. Just a little bit earlier, Game 5 and Game 6. Can we get a triple winner? That would be nutty. But hey, that's what you need to do if you want to dethrone Biffle's crew, because they just continue to win and stay in first place. So this is a big battle and a big focal point we need to focus on, right, Space? Because Hisoka is looking to overtake Biffle so we can have a new winner in week number 2. If they drop in this fight, that opens up the door wide for Biffle to take an even greater lead, which means Game 8, they just have to do, like, you know, a substandard performance, and they're going to be just fine. So this rooftop fight is massive, and Skullface picked up one just a little bit earlier, and he's looking to go for number 2, gets the drop. That's why they're so good. The accuracy they have, once they get you in their line of sights, you're all but dead.
They took out Tommy, too, so
yeah.
The IGL for that trio is gone. You got 3 seconds until Resurgence will end. And there we go. So now if you want to get your teammates back and have to buy them back, it's a huge investment, if anything. Almond on your screen. Found connections onto 1, onto 2. Can't crack, but the damage is done. And Tommy's still out of the play. It's up to Noobs and Almond to work together.
Ooh. Some techs out. I would stay here, though. I think Almond is going to stay. This is a big game from TBE. We're looking to break into that top 2 position, which currently is like a 40-point difference. Player low. Wouldn't surprise me if Almond full sends this. He's going to go for it. This is his play style. This is where he's comfortable. Spots him, tracks him, has to dip. He's going to take a different line of sight, a different angle to this engagement if he possibly can. But don't play. You better believe it, man. Tommy's not done, Space. He's going back for more. And look at this. 3 players spotted. Noobs. He's got the intel.
And I wonder what Tommy has to work with in the gun department, too. It's gonna eventually become a problem if he doesn't have the kit he wants. And again, that will help Almond either take the gunfight or pull back. And now the rotation comes through from Noobs. Usually the furthest player out on the island. Doing so similarly here. A spot we saw Nat in earlier.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Familiar faces for sure. Can Noobs pull off something similar?
Ooh, that'd be special, wouldn't it? That'd be special, but he drops, he'll lose his life, and respawns are done. So now it's up to Tommy and Almond. See what they're going to be up to. This is our Hisoka crew going for triple wins. And they're going to drop download to the water, which this is like, when I see teams do this, Space, I always question, like, is it going to be worth it? It seems like it never really is, minus, like, if you have a player full sitting in front of you, like Destroy. He got blessed by the Warzone gods. But, like, a lot of teams who go into the water, they end up in a situation like this where they just get beamed.
Yeah, and you're only hoping that either A, you have a smoke, which you do, or B, that you have someone who can block out the shots in front, which you have. So the only time you should be full setting into the water like this is you have the resources available to invest. Make it 3. They're looking for smokes. They need cover. The revive is back. The squad is still up and kicking.
Oh, brother, this is a perfect opportunity. I know it's a bit late in the game, but we got to do a listening with Hisoka and see what they're saying.
Hey, play behind me. I'll drop 2-3 stacks right there. Follow me. Ready to kill one.
We can stay all the way outer. This is a great route.
100%. Get some air right here and then go back down.
Reload. Got jumping in.
Just trade out, bro. Just trade out. That's it.
Flying down in front of you. I don't know if he dove in the water or not.
I'm getting air here.
Guys, top this building.
Want to get up?
Do we have that muni?
No, they destroyed my muni with that nade.
Gotcha.
I got 1 frag, no smokes.
There's 2 men. They can see from there. Do not peek that if you are. Do not peek that.
That smoking might come towards us.
Yeah, I'm playing the stairs in.
Remember, someone could be mirroring us. Someone could have dropped behind where we couldn't see, and they could be swimming.
Don't say anything right now.
God, he's on the roof. Don't peek that about. What you gonna play for the next row, bro?
I got a nice little angle, so you can't even see me.
Yeah, don't go that side. Fuck. I might smoke and go through the water, Smitty. You know what I'm saying?
On me. Other side.
Knock. I'm going for that.
Go for that, go for that, go for that. It's going with the water.
What the?
I got peed, I got peed. He peed the water or something.
Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
Right above you guys. Drop
Tense moments. They get pressured from behind, but they find some openings. I really thought they were all dead when they were underneath the bridge, and even still, they might not be able to make it out of the water effectively, but just barely. And Zsmith, against all odds, is able to get back onto his feet. We're down to our top 6 trios, and at this point, I have no idea where the competition's at.
Yeah, they just dropped Tommy, too, and they took out Clutch Belk, so Destroy and Zlaner will not have their third up. But Tommy and company still trying to work through the back, but great shots there from Adrian. We were wondering when that positioning on the rooftops was going to pay off, when that team was going to step up. Adrian rotates, finds 2. They did so much to get into rotation, into zone, and Brax punishes Tommy. Iceman Isaac drops. We've seen the fight between Noobs and Brax for so long in this tournament.
Yeah, we have. I think Brax got this. Brax and Empathy, their positioning is just fantastic. They find respite on pretty much the only high ground. Everybody else so low. And the benefit of that is, like, Brax and Empathy can obviously put shots, but they can also disengage and save their lives. So in this time, they're going to be engaging, putting damage down. It's a 2v2. It's Empathy and Brax versus the 2 who are down low. And honestly, at this point, Brax and Empathy are the ones. They have to decide, do we want to drop low engage? Do we want to go for a hill off? Well, we're making a move. Brax is going down low, but is there a doorway he can go through? Yes, there is. I think just to his right? No, they can't get over, and now they're stuck.
Uh-oh, well, they're going to have to rotate back out and just play a heal off. Yep, there's really no, like, if they're going to take too much damage from the zone, you got 13 plates. It literally comes down to a heal off.
Brax wants to make a move, though, Space. He wants to make a move. He's always going to pay off, though. He pushes. Shots are going to be fired. Brax doesn't get it. Yes, he picks up yet another. One more still remains. But where is he? Where is he?
You can hit the res, but it's got to be, you got to be careful. If you hit this and get caught, it's over. High risk, high reward. The blitz play down low. He will fall. Rated picks him off.
Where is he?
I have no idea where the last player is, and I don't think they do either.
No way they lose this.
Open the crate though. Open the crate though. Smoking.
Right? Opens the crate. Sound out, smokes out, and they get it. Who were they going against? Was it Rated, Space?
It looked like Rated. Adrian found that kill on the back, so I have to assume Rated was the one who was last alive.
Oh, it was Aydan. It was Aydan up top. So they switch places. Imagine if Empathy and Co stay up there. Aydan would have been able to win the 1v2 most likely, because there's no way you're expecting them to challenge you on high ground.
Yep. It had to be one or the other. And the fact that they switched places, and it literally came down to what feels like a round 11 of search. They're just trying to find any information. They get to top 2. The big thing is Aydan gets to top 2 for this trio, but that is a frustrating way to lose a potential first game spot at that multiplier for that trio. Regardless, though, one of the more unique ways we've seen a last game close out before game 8 comes up.
Very unique. I genuinely thought we were going to have a hill off. But if you notice, like, these Warzone players, they really don't like the